a lot of what you would expect out of the first spring workout.
Yeah, no, the receivers got a lot of running. We got a lot of throwing. You know, we kind of are going to put everything in, even though we have some guys out here that are not, you know, are new guys. We're going to just kind of add everything on the field. We'll slow it down and walk through some stuff, and then next week we'll probably go against the defense a couple days and 7-on-7.
Kind of a quarterback by committee situation right now until someone asserts
themselves.
themselves.
Yeah. Well, you know, both Stevie and Connor, you know, we're going to find out a lot about them this week. Garrett has really gotten better too, just looking at how he's been throwing the ball. So, you know, we'll give them equal reps and chart everything, and you know, I think they'll raise their game just because they're going to be in the limelight.
You normally had 4 quarterbacks going during the season in practice. What does it do to your routine to only have 3 out there now?
Well, I mean, some of the time last year, JJ couldn't throw. It was pretty much we're down to 2. So you know, it's, you know, you'd like to have 4 or 5 just so because of the number of throws, but we survive. We get it done. Somebody fills in. Jason threw some today.
What's your impression of the off-season conditioning and workouts?
Our kids have really worked hard. I mean, as far as the weight room and the running, we're not doing any conditioning in practice really, probably the first week, because they've been running for about 6 weeks now. So, you know, they're in good shape, and we got guys physically look different too. 4 or 5 guys. I don't, you know, they don't even look like the same kids.
Who looks most different?
Aaron Davis. I think he's gained 40 pounds, 50 pounds.
Coach, I know you'd addressed this a while back, but for you personally, this offseason was a little different. There were some stories out there. How for you, since January, getting to this point, has it been different for you maybe with your players?
Not really, because every year it's the same. You know, our business doesn't change, and you know that part of it doesn't. You know, I'm always open and honest with all my guys, so it's nothing, you know, that affects the group. So, you know, we've been pretty, like I said, open about everything, and you know, we just kids are focused on winning. I mean, that's what it's about.
Do you mind going through who's not going to go through spring? I mean, we know Zach. I know other guys recovering from surgeries, or you want to hold them out for different reasons? Or?
Well, a lot of the guys that are those everyday starters are probably not going to take a whole lot of reps. We had the O-line. I would say everybody's going to get equal reps because everybody's new there.
Darius Johnson wasn't out here?
No, Darius and Taylor were not out here. They're attending to some other things that they need to attend to.
They're on the team right
yes.
now? They'll be here later this spring?
Well, I'm not sure about that. You got to take care of business, not just football. You know what I mean?
So great, basically.
Well, I can't comment on that.
Are they eligible to be out
yes,
here right
they
now?
are. Yes,
so
they
this
are.
is your decision
this is
to
my
not
decision.
have them out.
Exactly.
And if they return, that is up in the air?
No, they're returning. Just when they return. Yeah. They're our 2 best players.
Right, that's kind of a big deal. When did this happen? When did you decide they weren't good as well?
Well, last week.
You had a few guys at different positions. Jordan Favreau moved back to offense.
Yeah.
Chase Jobert and Austin Fuller. What were some of the decisions that went into that?
Just abilities to get onto the field, you know. Numbers, and Jordan, you know, we got a shortage in offensive line. He's down on the depth chart as far as a nose tackle, so you know, we wanted to. He's going to get first and second team reps in the O-line this spring, so you know, opportunity to get on the field is better over there. So you know, we had looked at him there for a year, and we thought we had some depth this year. He actually got on the field, then had some injuries last year where he didn't. So he's healthy now, so we'll give him a good look at O-line.
What would you say your goals for the spring are these next couple weeks?
To just fundamentals. I mean, we spend a lot of time on just the teaching of the fundamentals of the techniques. I'm not real big in spring of physical, you know, getting into the physical part of it, although we will. you know, some days have contact, but we won't go to the ground and we won't tackle. It's more just knowing your assignments and doing it correctly.
You guys played in January, what, 7th? So you guys aren't too far from the football field. I can imagine that gives you a lot of momentum coming into spring.
Well, we had 44 extra days, you know, before that bowl game, so, you know, that's why we're starting kind of late, because the kids hadn't really had any off time. So we gave them some off time, and then we had a good off-season program, and we actually had almost like a spring practice for getting ready for bowl. So we worked a lot of those a lot of these kids that are out here now were the kids that took the reps until about 7 days before the bowl game. So, you know, we got a lot of good time then too.
You have two.
So it was your first day with your two new assistants, Coach Phillips, Coach Palcic. Can you talk about each of them and a couple specifics about what they'll bring to your staff?
Yeah, well, Bob has coached, I coached, played for him and coached with him in Toronto, and he was my line coach in Atlanta. So, you know, getting him here, just I know he's a good technique guy, good sound, fundamental coach, and you know, just getting, you know, those kids taught and mentally being on top of their game will be what we're spending a lot of time with this spring, both in the run game and in the pass game, so that they're ready come fall to be, you know, be potential starters. Jason is, you know, I mean, Jason's just a great kid and a great young coach, and you know, he's going to be having a lot of input this spring. We're putting in a lot of new, you know, I always tell you guys this, we changed some 15-18% of the time, and some of the things that we're going to add this spring will be all things that he brings to the table. So that'll be kind of fun to watch and see how that gets into the offense.
Now, is he co-offensive coordinator? Is that a title that he?
Yeah, that's you know, I kind of, everybody has titles to help them on their resumes, but we're still you know, I'll eventually, I mean, I'm still obviously going to call the plays and everything, but every year Jason and Dan, you know, have a little bit more input into what we're doing, and eventually they're going to have to call it, and I'm just going to go play golf.
And what is Bob inherit with losing you're starting 5 linemen with these younger guys and the depth? And
yeah, well, we have some kids that started for us, obviously. You know, Blake started for 3 years, and then Brian Collins has started numerous games, so it's not like we're, you know, just completely new out there. But we have some young kids with a lot of talent, and a couple of them are big kids too, and then we got the 4 or 5 coming in the fall. So, you know, I think by the time it all sorts out, by week 4 or 5, we're going to be pretty solid, you know, depth-wise too. We're a little thin depth-wise right now, but I'm kind of anxious to look at some of these kids, Chris Weeks and Taylor Reich in particular.
You said on signing day that you were kind of maybe wanting to look for some more linemen. Are you still have that mindset?
Yeah, we're still going to, when we go out May 1st, we're still in that mindset, yes.